rock and roll. All right, party time.
Godzilla says that I should learn to fight my own battles, no.
All right, welcome, cadets, to episode 100 of the Big Monster Briefing Room. This is a momentous occasion. We're going to go back to do Yogmonsterfromspace. That's not Yogmonsterfromspace, but Yogmonsterfromspace. And this was the original movie that I actually did a pilot for this Big Monster Briefing Room for YouTube back in 1990, somewhere in there, early to mid 90s. So I wasn't retired then. So it was interesting. And my sidekick was Corporal Chaos. But now I have my able-bodied assistant, majormilliehazzard. Let's bring her on up. And Sergeant Havoc. So
yes, hello. This is episode 100 of this incarnation of this show. That we need to really say that this is a big thing. You know, in Hollywood, if they can get
this is
to
the only
100,
incarnation. That show never took off.
Well, it's the only incarnation.
We did a pilot. I put it on
But
YouTube. YouTube said you can't show movies on YouTube. I said, what? It's in the public domain, and they wouldn't let me do it. So I mean, again, if you search General Howitzer, you can find little clips that I put there from this original pilot, and we're going to show some clips during this show. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and show the first clip now, which is the introduction to the movie. And Havoc, good to have.
We are the heads of the Big Monster Briefing Room here, and we have a training film that we're going to show you entitled Yog, Monster from Space. Now, that's not Yog Monster from Space, but Yog, Monster from Space. Now, this particular training film was donated to us by the Japanese government, along with 100 other training films, and the quality of it is, shall we say, below par. Isn't that right, Corporal?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, what we're dealing with here is a large alien creature that inhabits small aquatic creatures on a remote island and turns them into big monsters. And, of course, the people on the island have no military aid whatsoever, so that makes it an advantage to watch. Now, these people have to deal with giant turtles, giant crabs, and octopi. And we will watch them and see how they deal with this particular situation. Right, Corporal?
Yes, sir.
So there it is.
Corporal is right on it.
Yeah, well, you know, hard to find good help.
He was a young.
I was actually pretty abusive to him as well, as we'll see later. But I wanted him to be a good soldier. I wanted him to get out there and save lives. So I was a little tough on him. But the audio on that, I could barely hear it. That's terrible. Sorry about that. That was my bad, I'm guessing. So, yeah. This film is also called Space Amoeba in some markets. This training film, I should say. And but I know it as Yog, Monster from Space. So, have you had a chance to check out this movie? Have it?
Well, I gotta say no. You know, I saw this training film back in basic many years ago, but you know, I saw you sent us what you call a timeline about it, and
right.
It jogged a few memories. Yeah, and I gotta say, you know,
An octopus
you
walking
gotta
on its
be
tentacles.
tough. You gotta be tough on. I can understand why you were tough on chaos, because fighting giant monsters, it ain't for kids. It ain't kid stuff.
Oh,
You
it
know,
was relatively
I'm
tough
only
on you, but
27 years old, and look what it did to me.
yeah. Well, again, I was rough on you as well for the same reason, but he was kind of accident prone. He just had a kind of a dark cloud over him. So
Well, yeah.
as it turns out, he's become a mercenary now, a gun for
Oh.
hire. He's
Well.
I don't know if we have pictures of that Major Hazzard, but he sent me some holiday pictures about a year ago, maybe 2 years, and no, that's that's us in the very beginning. That's us doing the. Oh, there he is. There he is.
There, look at him.
Yeah. So he's doing well for himself. I think that was taken at a Denny's.
Well, your mercenary's got to eat.
He was on his way back from the bathroom, and I think we snapped that one. But yeah, he's kind of got a kind of a Snake Plissken vibe going on to him.
Yeah.
But there we are back in the early days.
Mm-hmm.
So he's come a long way. He's basically like a Chuck Norris badass now.
Well, there you go. See some of that hard training.
Not there.
Paid off.
That's me making him do push-ups forever.
Yeah, but I bet it helped him in the long run. I mean, look at him now.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
Yeah.
So I hope wherever he is, if he's in the Ukraine or if he's in the Middle East or whatever, I hope he's doing well. So okay, so let's get into our timeline. Major Hazzard, are you ready?
Absolutely. We were just tagging people, getting people in here, filling up with the cadets who are all starting to come in now for the 100th episode. And we
Filling
have
up with the cadets.
Yeah, the cadets are coming in. We can't have this show without the cadets. They're integral to the whole process, right? So
I'll have you know that I saw this logo last night in the movie theater. I went and saw Godzilla -1.
Nice.
Last night. It was phenomenal. It was a really good movie. Not very much Godzilla in it, but it was a really good movie.
Well, nice to know they're still making them training films.
Yes.
I should be kinder to it. There was a lot of Godzilla in it, but it was mostly a human story, and again, probably the best human story they've done in one of those training films. Okay, so this is the beginning of Yogmonsterfromspace. We see the giant turtle, Kamoebas. I think it's the name.
Kamoebas. Is that a comedian amoeba? Is that a comedian amoeba?
And that's Gazora, the giant octopus that walks on his tentacles. I don't know how an octopus walks on its tentacles, but there it is.
Well, this one's teaching you. That's why it's a training film, because we're all getting trained. We're learning.
Octopuses are smart.
Yeah, and there's the crab. Ganymedes is the name.
Ganymedes.
Again, I didn't find these names out until way after.
Ganymedes is like mayonnaise. It's like, people like a little Ganymedes on their sandwiches,
A lot of Ganymedes in their crab salad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting so hungry just thinking about it. And look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this. Is like
Film
Jeff
starts
Bezos.
out with a giant phallic symbol and a nice spaceship.
Well, I feel like Jeff Bezos is probably aboard somewhere. Beautiful.
The space amoeba attacks Jeff Bezos. That would be great.
That should be like Sharknado or something.
Looking at it, it looks like a standard rocket. It really doesn't look like a cock rocket.
That's right.
But Bezos, yes, that was definitely a cock rocket.
Absolutely. Well, let's be honest. Humans exist because of cocks. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, what are we going to do? Reinvent the wheel? If it works, don't change it, And
our first episode with Major Havoc was about giant cock. We did Food of the Gods.
If you get the cock rocket,
and
you go to outer
rats.
space. If you get the regular cock, you get a new life. It's a beautiful thing.
You're still hanging around with Roland? Is that the problem, Millie?
I have PhDs in all this. I study biology.
She knows a lot about giant cocks.
Absolutely. I worked at NASA.
Yeah. That's why she hangs out with Roland.
So this is normal for you.
Roland. Keep them doggies. Roland has BDE. That's his affliction in life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan Duncan. Cadet Duncan is wishing us congratulations for all of us on 100 awesome, fun episodes. I love this show and love you all. Thank you, JD.
Well, thank you.
That means a lot.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
a rocket
Thank you.
goes up into space. It's called Helio 7. I believe it's called Helio 7.
And yes, Cadet Farwell. Yes, if we get 10 people in here live, we're going to do a giveaway. Thank you, MM. Fantastic.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
We've decided.
That was a surprise
General.
way out of nowhere. Okay.
We've
fine.
decided it, General.
Okay, I'm game with that.
Okay.
So again, Helio 7 goes up into space. And the minute that it gets away from Earth's atmosphere, and gets away from the rockets and stuff, some kind of space amoeba, I guess. I guess that's what that is. Space ghost, whatever, gets into the capsule. It makes the capsule turn around and go back to Earth. Hey, guys. There's Sandy D. Cadet D. Are you doing a no icing tonight? I don't know. So we get to an airplane, a Pan Am flight. A lot of these old training films use Pan Am. You remember Pan Am? They went out of business.
Well, it was the Lockerbie bombing over Scotland. I mean, how horrific was that? You know.
Oh, was that what caused the downfall?
Pan Am 103. Yeah.
It's
what
kind
it
of weird.
is.
You know the actual number of the plane still of that. Never forget.
Never forget. I mean, it was a lot of students, American students, brother. It was a horrible thing. It was absolutely horrific, terrible. People, we should always respect the airways, respect the passengers, the pilots, the planes, don't do anything crazy. When you're up there in the plane, just be nice, it's nice to be nice, like Tom Cheshire says. Don't be doing crazy Lockerbie stuff to these planes. That's just,
Right.
That's what Major Millie stands for. That's 100 episodes, and that's what I want people to know. And Sandy D.
That's how we want to remember.
That's how we want to remember it, is Pan Am 103, and no crazy business. And Sandy D said that no icing is on hiatus until 2024. Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, there you go. Well, we hope you have a wonderful holiday. So this is a scene that's a complete ripoff from Twilight Zone. He's like, there's something on the wing. Something on the wing of the plane. No. He's a photographer, and he sees Helio 7 coming down. So he takes a picture of it. And he takes it to his editor. The editor's like, you're crazy, blah, 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 blah. I'm not interested in, ghost stories and all. So he leaves. He goes, okay, F you. And he walks out. And that guy, by the way, his editor has been in a lot of these training films, a lot of Godzilla training films. He's in most Godzilla films somewhere. And this guy too, actually, he's been in a lot of them. He was the lead actor in Destroy All Monsters. She goes out, this girl, and she goes, hey, since Helio 7 went down close to a development company that I know of, why don't I take you to them? Maybe you can hitch a ride out to the island, and maybe you can find out what happened to Helio 7. So this guy was in a couple of the earlier Godzilla films. He's in King Kong versus Godzilla, the guy with the bow tie. Looks like Pee Wee Herman, Japanese Pee Wee Herman. As this guy, again, a lot of Titan Toho stars in this film, which is a shame because the film really is kind of silly. But he's a professor that's going out to the island to check out the flora and the fauna and the habitation there. And again, they're going to build a nice, luxurious, kind of getaway for rich people to come to. They've got it all planned for this island. So they all go on out there. They take a boat. While they're taking the boat, these two guys that are on the island decide, hey, we're going to play a little hooky and go fishing. And the water is ice cold. And all of a sudden, a giant octopus shows up. Gazora. And again, the older guy is concerned because the water is like ice cold. And the young guy's like, come on, put your pole in the water. Come on. Don't be a pussy. That's my translation of that scene. By the way, we have a very good high resolution timeline on this film because I found the Japanese version of the film. The American version, the English version, is very hard to find. it's in the public domain. It was released by American International, but you can only find like VHS copies of it. It's really very hard to get. But this is a nice 1080p high definition screenshots from their movie.
Yeah.
So Gazora shows up and he takes a little doll out into the sea. And his friend is like, ah! And then the tribal leader on the island comes, and he's not happy. He's like, you see, this is what happens when you play hooky and you go down to the waters when we tell you not to. Mm-hmm. You know, the gods will take care of people, naughty boys like you.
Turns you into dolls and drag you into the sea.
Yeah, I'll turn you into dolls and drag you into the sea. There you go.
It just didn't have that Disney, that 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea budget.
So on the boat, the girl is kind of hitting on the photographer. I think she likes him. And he's kind of reciprocating. He kind of likes her too, I think. The doctor shows up, and then this guy in the white leisure suit shows up. Leisure suit Larry. And he's obnoxious.
Japanese Don Johnson there.
It's one of those guys that laughs like that. So they all decide to go to he's part of, he wants to go to the island too for some reason, and he doesn't really tell them what it is. And they all get out to the island there. They take a nice little what do they call this? Inflatable rafts out there.
Okay, yeah.
There are caves on the island that have bats, bat guano. And the guy that was scolded by the tribal elder is their driver, and he kind of looks rough. I mean, let's face it, he just saw his friend get killed by a giant octopus, so he's not doing well with that. So they go into one of the caverns, and a blue light shows up in the water. It's the same kind of blue light that showed up just before the octopus attacked the guy and his friend. And the guy's friend's watch is thrown up on the shore. So the creature is just mocking him now. Yes, we're at show 100. That's correct. This is show number 100. We're going to do one more next week, and then we're going to take a break as well. So 101 is going to be Godzilla's Revenge in honor of Godzilla -1 being released today. I was actually privy to a sneak preview last night, and it was very good. Very good movie. Godzilla is a badass again. So there's the watch. The driver freaks out, runs back to the Jeep, and leaves these guys stranded at the cave. And this other guy, who's an islander, is like freaking out. He's like, hey, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? Hey, come on, what's going on? Stop. You're leaving our guests behind. And they're like, hey, where are you going? So he runs back to his hut. And here it gets kind of Gilligan's Island. He's packing up his bag, trying to get the hell out. And the other guy's trying to stop him. And while that's going on, Gazora pops out of the ocean. And the guy is telling him, oh, I don't want those big monsters. I don't want to be here. I don't want to stay here anymore. Basically.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy D. Much obliged. And here it is. An octopus that walks on its tentacles.
On its tentacles. You know, for
6 of those tentacles are moving it around while the other 2 are kind of like arms. Hey, here I am.
It's awfully, he's awfully dry for a sea creature. He's gotta...
Okay, so I want to take this moment, now that we see him in full color, I want to take this moment to play that second clip where we talk about this giant octopus back in 1994, I think it was, 40, maybe 1993. From the original pilot, General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room, Yog, Monster from Space.
Now, I've got a real problem here, cadets. What is with these snaggle-toothed turtles? I mean, first off, there was Gamera. He had a real tooth problem. And now there's this turtle. with the snaggly teeth all over the place. Now I ask you, Corporal, have you ever seen a turtle with teeth?
Snapping turtle, sir?
Snapping turtle? Turtles have beaks. Beaks! All turtles have beaks. Drop and give me push-ups forever.
Forever, sir?
Do I stutter? Do I look like Mel Tillis? Forever!
Yes, sir. 1 ever. 2 ever. 3 ever. 4 ever. Sir!
Get back down there. Now I've got a real problem here.
Can you play the other clip? I'm sorry that we played the clips out of order. I apologize. Let's go ahead and play the.
Now I have to admit, that is the most pitiful, sickly, putrid, bug-eyed looking octopus I've ever seen in my life. Corporal?
Very disappointing, sir.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it looks like somebody stapled 2 mattresses together and popped a couple of tennis balls on it for eyes. Obviously, the Tokyo Training Film Authority didn't have any film funds when they made this one. And it's walking on its tentacles. How does an octopus walk on its tentacles? I ask you. Corporal, have you ever seen an octopus walk on its tentacles?
No bones or cartilage, sir.
That's correct. No bones or cartilage. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm really shamed about this. I can't tell you how...
Good. More smoke?
Medic! We'll be back right after these messages.
Okay. All right. So Gazora is on shore now, and he's heading for the village. And again, yeah, there's no bones or cartilage in there. What the hell? How does he do it? How does he walk on those tentacles?
Sheer willpower.
So it looks like, yeah, they stapled a couple of mattresses together and put a couple of, ping pong balls on it for eyes. Or tennis balls, I should say. They're a little bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, he comes in and he starts to tear apart the village, the guy's hut while the guys are still in it.
Yeah. As giant monsters tend to do.
Yeah. Like you said. So those tentacles are coming through. Sometimes the tentacles are animated, which is different. They usually didn't do animation in these films, but in some cases, yeah, when the tentacle reaches out and grabs somebody, it's animated.
I wanted to say that because we met our quota. Farwell is saying that anyone who comments at all in this live stream during the live part of the broadcast, not on the replay, is entered automatically into a drawing to get a Cosmos t-shirt. So as long as you're commenting during the live show, right,
Wow.
you are entered into a drawing to win a Cosmos t-shirt. So get those comments coming, and is going to coordinate all of that. She's going to coordinate all of that, and then I think she'll be announcing the winner before the end of the broadcast. So
wow.
Exciting. Thank you, Farwell. Thank you.
It seems like she was talking to me about another prize that they were going to give away on the show as well.
Well, let's see.
Maybe somebody's CD, somebody that we know, maybe a CD. Anyway, free tea. Yeah.
She's got all kinds of, Farwell, she has all kinds of like mysteries and stuff up her sleeve. She's got all kinds of magical stuff going on all the time. So she keeps us guessing.
Magical stuff going on up her sleeve.
She's got she's like the Veg-O-Matic,
She's got crotch. What?
But wait, there's more. There's always more Farwell. So, there's always more.
What was that about crotch? Crotch? What are you saying, crotch?
It's the Veg-O-Matic. Remember back in the day we had the Veg-O-Matic and they would have infomercials and they'd say, but wait, there's more,
Oh, okay. All right. I'm following along now. I was wondering what the connection to Veg-O-Matic was.
Well, because if you think you know what Farwell's got figured out, but she's going to come on and do more. She's always got more, So that's right. See,
All right.
she's agreeing with me. She's agreeing. She knows.
I'm so
She's got
glad you
secrets.
clarified that.
That's right. She's got secrets. She knows what's going on. Tricks and trinkets, as Sandy D is saying. Tricks and trinkets. Okay. Carry on, General. Carry on.
Well, yeah, just keep moving through the disaster there that is the hut being torn apart by the octopus. And it throws the other guy. I want to call him a toque, but anyway, I don't think that's it. So
I don't have to say that. I think the FCC automatically. That's one of the dirty dozen, I think.
Okay. Manager Millie is hot. Who is our Facebook user there?
I don't know, but Roland tells me that all the time. So I'm going to just.
He's going to make Roland jealous.
Yeah, Roland, with his BDE, he'll be taking care of business. His BDE, yes. TCOB all day long, Roland. If you know, you know.
TCOB.
Taking care of business,
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, too much information. And
the last thing I'll say about it for right now is MM Farrell has just confirmed. She said she will send the winning name in just before 7 p.m. Eastern time during the live broadcast, not the replay. So get those live comments in to win your free Cosmos t-shirt.
Well, okay then.
No purchase necessary.
It's Mariah for Major Millie. Mariah thinks you're hot.
And I think Mariah's hot. It's pretty clear and obvious that she's hot. So thank you, Mariah.
Oh my gosh. Where we go?
I don't get Roland excited. He likes when other girls get me, find me hot. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I get Roland in a menage a trois. Oh. Why?
Well, they call the wind Mariah sometimes, but yeah.
I love you, Mariah. I love you. You made Roland very happy. He's going to be frisky tonight. He's going to be frisky.
Before there was tentacle porn, there was Yog, monster from space. So, okay, this guy is catatonic now because, he was just attacked by a giant octopus, and the giant octopus got the other guy, turned him into a doll and ate him.
Again.
These guys are like, what the hell is going on here? And the guy in the leisure suit finds what he's looking for, which is some guys came out and did a survey of the area and found out that there were precious minerals on the island. That's why he's there, the leisure suit guy, the white leisure suit guy. So this girl, who was only in Destroy All Monsters before this, is a toque. I know I've got his name wrong. I know it's not that. It's his girlfriend, and she's concerned, that he's catatonic now. What did you do to him? And the other girl in the white hat, of course, is very nice and smiling all the time. She's so perky and happy all the time in this movie. You just want to smack her with a tentacle. So
that was a little. That was,
and again, the hats, the floppy hats.
A little bit. I think the FCC is definitely going to pull us now. There you go, whacking people in the faces with tentacles. We know what that means. It's a little crazy.
What?
It's a little crazy. Roland already told me what that means, and I'm just saying general.
Smack me in your face with a tentacle, baby.
It's perky. That's right.
And they got their Gilligan hats on, so.
Yeah, they're all wearing Gilligan's Island hats.
Oh my gosh. Like Lorraine said, too much, general, too much. There you go.
I'm being ganged up on here.
Well, we talking about threesomes. That's a little bit of a ganged up on. There you go. Let's keep it moving. I
better go with the flow.
Roland is playing footsie with me under the table, and he says we got to keep it moving.
Oh, okay. Well, good for Roland.
Standards and practices. That's right, Gregory.
I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy for you.
We have no standards or practices.
Phyllis isn't helping.
Oh my God, it's Yogmonsterfromspace.
Oh my God. I can't even do it. What Phyllis does is incredible. We love you, Phyllis. Thank you for being here.
All right, so let's move on. Okay, now the tribal leader is against these people being on the island. He's not happy about them being there, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, hopefully we can't leave. We got to wait for our boat to pick us up." and there's giant monsters roaming around. Now he's going to change his tune when these people start killing these monsters, start taking care of these monsters. I love that leisure suit guy. I don't know why. Very pink suit and pink shirt and white suit, white hat, and that little goatee. But they find out, or actually the photographer says, "Hey, I saw you looking at that paperwork," and he spills the beans. I'm here because of the survey that was done here, and I'm hoping that my company can come here and drill and take all of the precious ore from the island before you turn it into a resort.
Yeah.
The photographer and the scientist go underwater, scuba, and they see Gazora. And as Major Havoc pointed out earlier, it is not the budget that we had for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I love them googly eyes, though. That's
Yagi Google and his googly eyes.
exactly.
Gazora. That's like Bazinga. I don't know why. I don't know why that just popped into my head. Gazora. Anytime you can lash your tentacle at it, somebody say Gazora. So yeah, they're caught by the tentacles of Gazora, and all of a sudden some Flipper and his gang of dolphins go by, and the high sounds that they make, the dolphins make, freak out Gazora. So they come up, and they're like, "What the hell happened?" As anybody would in this case. Hello, Gregory. Hello, Lorraine.
Go home, Squid. You're stoned. Yep.
Because he does look stoned there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's going back up on
The
shore.
red eyes gives it away.
With his googly eyes. And the girlfriend decides, hey, let's have a wedding ceremony because you're catatonic and I like you like that. Not realizing Gazora is just around the corner. He's going to bring him a nice wedding present. Googly eyes. So he attacks. Oh, there's one of the tentacles, one of the animated tentacles.
Wow.
Grabbing somebody. Ah! And the songs, the music for this is actually very good. This is one of Akira Ifukube's scores. He did a lot of the Godzilla films. And this is actually very good score for this film. Very intense music for Gazora. Dun, 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 dun. Now, here's the interesting part. This guy, the old guy who's the head of he's the tribal leader. At this point in the American movie, he gets killed by Gazora. He gets knocked down and we never see him again in the film.
Mm.
But in this version, in my timeline here from the Japanese version, he actually survives at the end. He comes back at the end. He's happy that these people came to the island now and took care of these monsters. Help them defeat these monsters. Googly eyes. He has a kind of a whistle thing.
It's
like that. There we go.
It's like Yep. It's like
I
Marty
want to hear
Feldman.
what you were going to say about that. You're right. It's yeah.
Marty Feldman turned into an octopus. You get the Marty Feldman eyes.
Perfect. So they're shooting at it, and it's pissing it off. Its bullets are not really doing that much damage. It's like hitting it with a BB gun. I mean, it's not doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So it's coming after them, and in the next shot, I think we got bats. Bats come out, right?
I think so. Yeah. Oh,
we got fire. That's right, fire. So Gazora gets burned up by fire because they hit a gas can or something and it blows up and it burns him. And here he just kind of falls down into the water. He just can't move those burnt tentacles anymore.
nope.
Now hold on a minute. Just hold on 1 second. I want to show something.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. It's PG. It's all PG. It's just
Okay.
here we
No
go.
I thought
tentacles
you were going to show
involved.
us Roland's tentacle. There we go.
Yeah.
This is
see?
Gazora on the weekend.
Exactly. See, just a nice man about town. What happened?
I'm going to destroy your hut.
Turn into a
I don't like fire. I'm just going to move away on me tentacles.
Turn into a giant plate of tandoori. That's all.
There is a definite similarity there. There is. I'm seeing a family resemblance. So there he's falling down. Man, poor Marty. He's falling down in the water.
It's
And the
tandoori
amoeba-
for everybody.
The amoeba leaves the body of the octopus or squid. It looks more like a squid really than an octopus.
More of a
doesn't
squid.
it?
It's got the little tails on it.
So also there are bats on the island, and again, this high frequency sound that bats make kind of drives these creatures crazy. So they're waiting on the shore to see if the monster's going to come back or if the boat's going to come back. And the guy in the white leisure suit tries to get away, and they've set up like a machine gun perimeter thing. The islanders actually have some guns left over from World War II. And this is when Ganymedes, the giant crab, shows up. And he's nasty, gnarly looking. It looks more sinister than Abira. No, it doesn't look like Marty Feldman.
More sinister than Marty Feldman.
He looks more sinister than Marty Feldman.
Yeah, he's got the glowy eyes on that one.
He's got glowy eyes. The other one had googly eyes. He's got glowy eyes. Sparkly. He got sparkly eyes.
Yeah,
So like, oh my God, a giant crab now. Look out. This thing moves fast too. Sideways, but fast. And he makes it to the top of a cliff there. And he's chasing after our hero and heroine. Tripping. And they jump off the side of the cliff onto a smaller cliff, and he goes over the side because the guy shot his eye out, and he's not seeing very well.
Yeah.
So he falls down into the cavern there, down below. He falls off the cliff, and he's on his back. And the guy shoots some ammunition that's down there. Again, gas cans and ammunition and stuff, and it blows up. And blows Ganymedes up. And the giant amoeba moves away again. And this time it moves into the guy in the leisure suit.
Oh.
So now you would expect that the guy would grow into a giant, right? Just like the giant crab and the giant octopus. But no, he stays in the normal size.
Yeah.
He stays normal size. I guess they couldn't find a leisure suit big enough to fit a giant.
That's right.
Not that much polyester. That's too much polyester. We can't make a suit that big. So they kept him the same. And of course, this is the scene where the space amoeba talks to Ogata. Ogata, I control you now. You will work for me. So now he's going to have to work weekends, long hours. That's some space aliens. You know, they take over, man. And you're working for minimum wage.
Yeah.
So here we have the ceremony where the two lovers, the catatonic guy and his beautiful girlfriend, are going to get married. And they've taken care of a giant octopus and a giant crab, so nothing really scares them all that much. So the guy takes a picture of him, this guy, and he freaks out. No! And he remembers seeing Gazora, and he comes to. He starts talking again, and his girlfriend is happy.
Like,
oh,
wait,
I have a husband who talks.
I'm getting married? What?
Yeah, right.
When did this happen?
We find out that the girl is the chief's daughter. I can't see now.
Uh,
It's too small and too dark.
there's
Oh, okay, they're
caves.
going to the cavern, and they find that the bats in this cavern have been burned up. Something has burned up the bats in the cavern. And then the Kamoebas shows up, the giant turtle. Now, again, I was talking about the snaggly tooth turtles now. Gamera, had the big teeth, the snaggly teeth.
Yeah.
This one's got snaggly teeth. Turtles really have beaks, right?
Yeah.
They're not supposed to have teeth.
No.
So, and this thing has this elongated neck thing that happens. Again. If Roland's got PPMB, he doesn't want to watch this one. Walking on giant tentacles, third legs, and this giant 3D neck, giant 3D neck of the turtle.
And then we got the Gilligan's back.
Yeah. The Leisure Suit Larry guy has found another. They found another cave with bats in it. The bats came out and freaked out Kamoebas, and he's found out another cave, and they're going to try to protect the cave. They're going to put like a nice door over it, and keep an eye on it, protect it from whoever sabotaged the first cave full of bats by burning them all up. So the sun goes down. They have like a nice little dinner underground in the cave. That's actually a pretty shot of the sunset there on the island.
Yeah.
It's going to make a nice little resort area there once they get it set up and once the space amoeba is killed. And then Ogata shows up, and he's going to burn the cave up. And he actually picks up the photographer and throws him. So it shows he's got great strength, even though he didn't turn giant. And this is where they first talk to the alien. I am in control of Ogata. And he's going to burn up the last the cave with the bats in it, and it's going to they're going to be forced to fight the turtle Kamoebas when he comes back themselves without any help from the bats. And another Ganame shows up, another crab comes out of the water. And there's the Kamoebas up top there. And then the girl, the ever smiling, happy, perky girl steps forward and, "Oh, God, I know if you're still in there." We get that speech.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have an alien who's controlling you.
And she gives him that speech.
If there's any good in you at all, you won't kill the bats. And you see him struggling with himself, which is funny. It's such a cliche now. And there's the turtle again fighting with the crab, or the turtle and the crab are converging on the cave actually to kill all the people. And then he's fighting with himself, but he does scratch the match and torch the cave. She almost has him, and then he torches the cave. But then he fights with himself further, and he takes the door off the cave that he put on the cave to kill the bats. And as you can see, he's struggling with himself there. That white leisure suit is getting real tight around his shoulders. And he after he lets the bats out, he walks off. He staggers off, continually fighting with the presence in his body. And there are the bats coming out. Ganymedes. Okay, so now these two monsters, because the bats are flying around them, they start fighting each other. And they're flipping each other over, and it's quite a nasty battle between these two monsters, and these people are trying not to get squashed. And there it is. But at least we don't have to look at the Marty Feldman octopus.
That's right.
So they're watching from the top of the mountain, and Looks like a Japanese Johnny Depp. Are you talking about Ogata with the goatee? Yeah, I guess maybe. This was long before 21 Jump Street. This was 1971. This film came out. This training film came out. The crab looks like he's what, Italian?
It's like is it an Italian chef or Italian praising the chef or something like that?
He looks like the crab. He looks like the. I think what he's trying to say is he looks like the crab from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, look, he's Italian praising the chef for a job well done.
You don't want to go to that island. There's nasty turtle on that island, Mario. Under the bats.
Looks like the bats are taking sides.
John Duncan's so funny. Lorraine appreciates John Duncan's humor. There's the neck at full extension. There's no neck envy there.
Yeah.
So again, big fight. I want to put lots of funny pictures, and you can see the bats up above. I want to put lots of pictures of the fight, because that is part of what the training film is about. Watching the monsters. And he gets to the turtle on his back. And now, if you look in the background, the volcano now is starting to erupt on the island, which is not good. Anytime the volcano starts to erupt on an island, that's not good for anybody that's on the island.
Nope.
And the monsters are getting closer and closer and closer to the top of the volcano because the bats are, making them crazy. Barry Lyndon. He just won't let it go. There's no Ryan O'Neal in this film, okay? He's not wearing a leisure suit. He's not wearing a Gilligan hat. So the two creatures fall into the volcano and it explodes. It goes mile high. Yum. Fried crab legs. Turtle soup. Mm-hmm. I'm traumatized, General. So they're watching around the volcano and they see Ogata is on the edge of the volcano. And they call out to him. And the professor says, no, let him go. Because he knows that Ogata is going to jump in because he's got the space amoeba in him. So he's going to take the space amoeba out. The other two creatures fell into the volcano. He's going to jump in. And he does. He sacrifices himself to save the world. Ogata!
Ogata!
And then, volcano's erupting. Everybody comes up to the top to watch it. If they had mobile phones back then, they'd be filming it. And luckily, the boat comes back just in time. We need Renee Yaworsky Amoeba song now. Does Renee Yaworsky have an Amoeba song?
She does. I've heard it. It's Gregory Gannon's favorite, one of her tunes there. That's right. It's about an amoeba.
Is it a space amoeba?
It could be, we'll have to tell her to amend it so that it could accommodate a space one. That was a great idea.
Space Amoeba by Renee Yaworsky.
Yeah, there you go. With Gregory's humming it right now. He's singing.
Remember,
it right yes,
Diane rhymes with mayonnaise.
That's right.
And Kamoebas rhymes with
Amoebas.
Amoebas. And Rodan. No, he's not in this. So there it is. That was it. That was the end of Yog, Monster from Space, sometimes called Space Amoeba in some markets. As Toho Trainings films go, it was a little below par, but fun to watch nonetheless. And again, this was the one we picked because it was public domain, and we picked it to be our pilot. And it ended up being episode number 100 on the actual show. Okay, here's the backstory. I invested to shoot footage for a pilot with another guy who wanted to start to do the same thing. He wanted to do a show on YouTube. And to see if it would take off. And it was supposed to be kind of a celebrity spotlight kind of thing. And luckily we got a guy that said, I'll shoot all night long if I have to. And he was very, very good natured about it. And it was a good thing too, because the other guy, who I'm not going to name, I'll just say his initials are ZK. He took all night, most of the night, to shoot his pilot because he kept flubbing his lines. He kept screwing up. And again, I paid for half of this session. Okay, so at 3 o'clock in the morning, we start shooting the big monster briefing room. We put up the flag. We pull out the podium. We start shooting the big monster briefing room. And we're flubbing our lines too here and there. But we got it shot in about 2.5 hours. When it was all said and done, this guy took off with the 3/4 inch tapes. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I paid for half of that. I actually paid for more than half, I think. He said, I will give you the tapes, but you got to give them back to me. You make a copy and you give it back to me. And I'm like, well, if I make a copy, it's not going to be as good a quality as, the live. And he's, well, that's it. That's the deal. So I made the footage or the copy. Again, every business dealing I had with this guy, he stung me. And again, he stung me like 3 times for money. And shame on me the second and third time. I should have learned my lesson. So the bottom line is I never saw his show appear on YouTube anywhere. And I don't think anybody else has either. And we're on show number 100. So majormilliehazzard, I salute you. I salute you, Sergeant Havoc.
Thank you.
Corporal Chaos, wherever you are, I salute you. We did 100 shows so far, and we're going to keep doing them. And we're on YouTube, and people are watching. Okay, not a huge number of people. We do have over 1,000 hits on our episode about 20 million miles to Earth. I don't know why that one particularly, but we've got over 1,000 hits on that, which is cool. I think it's because it's colorized, and a lot of people have never seen that colorized. So, again, we'll continue. We're in the middle of season 4 now. Season 5 is already planned. Next week will be episode 101. Will be the last show of the year, and then we'll come back in mid-January with the rest of season 4, and then we'll move into season 5. Which night we're going to be on, I don't know. We're going to talk to Sandy D and see what happens. We may move this show to Tuesday night. That's a very, very strong possibility. So there it is. I'm just very excited that we hit 100, that we actually had the juice, the tenacity, the gumption, the chutzpah to do 100 shows, and you can watch them all on all but one on YouTube.
Yeah,
and you know what that one is. Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. It may show up someday. I'm putting in my Christmas wish now.
It's going to show up, and the other thing is
episode 7.
It absolutely will show up. And here's the thing: Farwell, she has a wheel, and she put in everybody who commented during the live show, and she made a video of it. And I'm going to play the video, and it's going to reveal who won the free Cosmos T-shirt during this 100th episode of Big
Awesome.
Monster Briefing Room. How cool is that? We're going to all find out together.
On episode 100, we give away a prize. Awesome.
Absolutely. So this is from MM. Here we go. Let's find out. Drum roll.
Gannon.
All right. That's great.
Right.
Greg Gannon is the winner of the T-shirt.
Cadet Gannon, congratulations. And thank you, MM Farwell.
Ironically, I think he's the only
T-shirts.
one that has a T-shirt for the Friday show that he used to do. He made a demo shirt, and he's the only one that has one. But not Taco Tuesday. What's the Friday one that they do? But he has the only T-shirt. The Drunkles. That's it. He's the only one that I know of that has a T-shirt for that show. So very good. Congratulations to you, Cadet Gannon.
Congratulations.
And,
this is exciting.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
it's very wonderful because Cadet Gannon has been here since the very beginning. He always has some great insights. He's very passionate. He's a very studious and prepared cadet. So we're very, very happy the way that worked out, and for MM to arrange all of that. And we can't wait to see the T-shirt on you. So hopefully he can take some selfies of him wearing the free T-shirt, you know, and how exciting that is. I'm very excited right now, and I'm very surprised to it. It's perfect.
I'm very excited. My nipples are hard.
Don't get too
So-
excited. Don't get tentacle.
Don't get too excited. You're going to be showing your tentacle.
Don't extend your tentacle. It's okay.
You're going to be extending your turtle head. And
So,
on
yes,
that happy note, I just want to say a huge thank you to you both for helping with the Big Monster Briefing Room and making it as fun and as successful as it is today. And I know that someday it's going to catch hold and it's going to take off, and people are going to like it and love it and tell their friends about it, and we'll get thousands of views. I know it. I just after 100 shows, I just know it.
Mhm.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's absolutely the way it is. You know, we did these live, you know, all 100 episodes actually were done before a live studio audience, just like today. We had wonderful times. But as you know, most shows in the world are actually, you know, even if you record it in front of a live studio audience, later, like I watched Good Times the other day. I saw JJ come on out 40 years ago. It was fantastic. So it's programming that endures. You know, we value our live audience. We value our cadets. But yes, to package these, to put them out for more people to keep seeing over the years and decades. We greet all of our futuristic cadets, the cadets watching in 2050, the cadets watching in 2060. We greet you all. Please come back in time to 2023 or 2024 and let us know what you thought about the
There you
replays.
go.
Replays
Yep.
are definite. You never know. They bend time and space. It's incredible stuff. You know, I'm a NASA engineer. You know, I got degrees and everything. I know about this time travel stuff.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, I absolutely do. So, Cadet Gannon, we are so grateful for you again, and congratulations. You see all of the congratulations rolling in, and all you got to do is just send your address to MM Farwell, to Cadet Farwell. She's arranging and orchestrating absolutely everything, and you will be able to get your T-shirt. And we can't wait to see you in it. Your handsome mug on top of the T-shirt.
There's one more team member that I want to thank profusely, and that is Diane Marie Coll, who is the author, the composer, the creator of our theme song for the show.
Yeah.
So again, I want to thank you so much for helping, because if you remember the early episodes, it was me just going,
Had its own panache, General, and I enjoy that one. But right, the Diane.
So yeah, I can't thank you enough for giving me a wonderful kick-ass theme song for this show.
Yes,
will
congratulations.
Go down in his. I mean, again, and it's just going to go along with each season's new opening. You know, that show the clips from the movies. It's just a wonderful theme song, and I can't thank her enough for that. So thank you all so much for episode 100 of the Big Monster Briefing Room, and keep an eye out for those big monsters.